Oh, okay. Hello, I'm Jack. This is the van that I live in full time. I'm traveling down Route 66, and I converted my Nissan NV200 into a Vanlife camper van type of deal. I want to say that the build that I'm about to show you is the quickest, simplest, cheapest way to convert your van if you have hopes to live in it for an extended period of time. All right, so the reason I say that this build is simple is because there's no actual building in any part of it. I did not insulate my van. I don't have any experience converting any of these. I'm not an engineer. I didn't have to cut a piece of wood for this entire build, primarily because I don't know how to do any of those things, and I just really wanted to get on the road. But it's worked out for me so far, and I want to show you how I achieved it. All right, so let me speak about the two pieces that make the foundation of this build, and it's this bed and this cabinet. They fit so nice and snugly together. Okay, well, that's disgusting. Okay, so they fit so nice and snugly together that when I'm driving, it doesn't really move around. It feels secure as long as I go ahead and put everything back. Nothing's knocking about. The pieces are actually made of a Coleman camping cot, $50. On top of that, I put a air mattress from Walmart. That was $5. And then on top of that, to get a little luxurious for you guys, I put a mattress topper that I wrapped the whole thing inside of a blanket from home, just so that it actually feels more like a real bed. And it does. I picked this particular cabinet is because it fits very snugly in this narrow space that I have. So this way it keeps everything secure. As you can see, a large portion of my van build is dedicated to my little puppy. So the bed is made out of a kennel crate, and then I stuffed a big dog bed into it. He seems to like this space so far. I also insulated this part of the van with like camping blankets and just whatever I could find, because while I can handle a little bit of the cold, I do need to make sure that my little puppy survives and thrives. The reason I have pee pads all over the place still is because I am potty training the dog, but it's 3 months old. So when he has accidents, I just don't want to be cleaning my van all the time. That's where he spends a lot of time as well. He's my little co-pilot. Now that we're up in front, I do want to mention my storage situation. Most of my items and laptops and gear and clothing is stored back here under the bed, right? And then most of my dog supplies are stored up in front. I do that just to keep a little organization. It's very important to be organized while living inside of a car. You may have already noticed that a lot of the equipment inside of this car is camping gear, and that's because in a past life, that was my hobby. It was to go camping, and I repurposed a lot of my camping gear for my build. So my pillow is a Sea to Summit camping inflatable ultralight pillow. A Coleman pop-out 2-person tent back there. Inside of this pillowcase is a 0-degree sleeping bag. It's my wool blanket that I also use for camping, but now I just use it for just my daily life. The lamp up here is a camping light. You can actually charge it by solar panel up here. It doesn't charge fast, and it's not very bright. The spoon that has peanut butter on it still, that is a camping spork. And inside and out of my van, you'll just find a lot of camping gear just stored away. This blanket was a camping blanket. One more piece of camping gear. This is probably my favorite piece of camping gear. It's a Hennessy extra large Survivorman edition hammock. It is my favorite hammock. It is probably my favorite piece of gear. This is my preferred way of camping, which is enclosed hammock style system. I prefer it to tents. So this 5-gallon drum I actually bought for the build. I knew I needed something that could store securely a large amount of water in the cases that I go off grid for a couple days, or like if I'm going somewhere especially dry. Like I'm in Texas right now, I'm gonna go to New Mexico soon and Arizona. So I might actually get some use out of this appropriately, but right now I just store foods in there and things I want to reach every day. The reason the top of it is so dirty is because I put my shoes up here when I'm in the van. So there's no shoes in the van, there's no dogs on top of my bed. I know I'm a unemployed, homeless, nomadic vagrant right now, but there are rules. I am basically living out of bags, right? I have a bag for clothing, that's what this is. I have a bag for camping gear. I have a bag for electronics. So underneath we have, let's see, we have a pair of shoes, Air Jordans. We have a Coleman camping chair. You'll be surprised at how often you would want to have a chair when you're traveling. I have a electric skateboard for fun, I guess. And when you have a skateboard, you should have a helmet. It's back there. Can you see that? Yeah, it's back there because helmets are cool. So after seeing most of my van, you probably have two important questions. Where is my sink? Where's my running water? And more importantly, how and where do I poop? Now, I do have an answer for the sink. I'll show you in 1 second, but let me tell you a tale. All right, as I was building this van, I've done vast amounts of research from other van lifers and RVers, and I've seen the techniques that they use, like cassette toilets, or like those camping toilets, or like the bucket with the plastic, and then you put kitty litter in there. Let me just say, okay, I have not found yet, for me, and I'm no judgment, but I have not yet found a strategy that I consider to be appropriate, sufficient for me to poop in my own car. Maybe that's just me. I've seen a couple systems like this with my own two eyes, and it's true, it is not as gross as I thought it might be, but let's just say it's unsatisfactory for me at the moment. All right, I'm still looking. Okay, you know what? So I haven't answered how yet. How it is. Well, the truth is a high fiber diet. Okay, I eat fiber like cows eat grass. Actually, grass is fiber. I eat fiber like cows eat. And I try to make sure I have as few emergencies as I can, and then I plan my day accordingly. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so that is how, but where is a long list, actually. It ranges from Planet Fitness to rest stops to Walmarts to Cracker Barrels to wherever I'm eating, the restaurant I happen to be at, my friends' houses. I'm an opportunist pooper. Like, if you tell me there's a toilet that I have access to, especially if it has a door that I can shut and it's private, you better believe I'm pinching something off in that toilet. You understand? Anyways, I'm really sorry about that whole talk. It was very gross and uncomfortable for me, but I did want to mention it because it is a large part of my travels. Now, something I'm actually very proud of is my sink. It is, keeping with the theme, very cheap, very simple, very easy to set up. I get one of these big 5-gallon drums. I fill them up at Walmart. I also picked up the drum from Walmart. But I have I think this was $15 or $19 on Amazon. It's just a water pump that fits snugly with a tube onto one of these 5-gallon drums. And as long as you keep it charged, wow, that's magic, isn't it? Now, I don't think I'm gonna go in detail to what's in each of these boxes. Just imagine 5 cubes of storage. Whatever you would want to have in one of these is probably what I have in one of these. Socks, underwear. This is miscellaneous. The first drawer is what I use every day. I also have some vitamins and some hygiene supplies. I keep my toothbrush and my toothpaste up here because I use that daily. I also keep my sunscreen within reach because I use that daily, or at least I try my best to. These two pieces of, I guess you can call it storage as well, is held on by magnets. The magnets are pretty big, so it's quite sturdy, doesn't move around when I drive, and that's exactly what I needed. And last but not least, I think I'm gonna go through the pieces of technology that I use on this trip. Obviously, I film with a GoPro. All of that stuff goes in here. I'm quite religious at keeping all of my accessories in this box, so losing something in a van is not something you want to do. Then we have this fan that's held on by a clip. I really like it because the battery is quite large, and on the lowest setting, you can keep it blowing kind of all day long. So for the front, I have a JLB Charge 5 waterproof Bluetooth speaker. The reason I have this is because my car only has an aux cable and it doesn't have Bluetooth. And my phone doesn't have an aux cable or jack, it only has Bluetooth. So instead of building something into this, I went ahead and bought a speaker that I can use wherever. And I think it works just fine. I think it is louder than you'll ever need for a car especially. Now, to keep all of my devices, my laptops, my GoPros charged, that is the responsibility of this little Jackery battery. All of my powering needs goes through this. I generally keep it plugged into my car when I'm driving. When I have access to an outlet, I'll go ahead and plug it into the wall because that is the fastest way you can charge. And the third way I also have access to, which is through a Jackery solar panel that's stored back here. It is the slowest of the three methods, and I will really only be going with that option when I have no other options. So I think that's just about it. Pretty simple, minimalistic, easy to set up. I think the whole build, excluding the cost of the car, probably cost me less than $1,000, and then the building of the build took me less than a weekend. And you can just really set off and go on the adventure that you want to immediately. Before I go, I feel like I should demonstrate what it looks like or feels like to be inside of the van. So I'm just gonna get in and lay down. I actually thought that I should probably take you inside, because who cares what you look like outside of a van. Let me show you what it feels like to be in it. Good boy. Okay. Look at that. Now, I mean, come on, guys. I think I've really done something here. I think we're really doing something here. Yo. I mean, am I just weird? I just find this entire thing so comfortable, so comfy and snug and nice. I really like the fact that I can wake up anywhere and go to bed anywhere. I really like that my house moves. So another really big part of this is that I fell in love with the lifestyle very quickly, and that is something I was absolutely nervous about. Not even just counting the like, will the car work? Will the build work? Will I be comfortable? Will I make it to California and back? I was very nervous about if I would like what I'm doing as much as I fantasize about it prior, you know? And after the first 4 or 5 days, after I was getting used to showering and then being on the move and not having physical access to my friends, that was a huge one. After I got used to those growing pains, and then I began this journey. I'm just so happy and excited to be out here. And I think those nerves was another big reason of why I made the build so simple and so quick. It's because I wasn't sure that I would like it as much as I hoped that I would like it. So I think this video is already long enough for how simple my build is. But I just want to say very quickly that when I was doing the planning for these builds, and even before then, to be honest, I watched a lot of van build videos, and I'm just really happy to be able to contribute my own. Now, I know the build is pretty simple, and looking at it, you might even say it's a little lazy, but the balance of this, it really ticks a lot of my boxes, and I'm very proud that it's working so far, and it was easy to set up, and it was cheap to make. And I just want to say, like, if you can dream it, you can do it. Maybe not comfortably, but look at that. Look at this. I live here tonight. All right, love you. Bye.